Since not all teenagers are trying to kill themselves, which group of teenagers might be most at risk? Or is there a group that might be most at risk?
I think it cuts across all SES and all cultures. I think, you know...
When you say SAS, what do you mean?
Socioeconomic status.
Okay.
I think it cuts across all cultures as well. And I think what we should be looking at is maybe some of the red flags, how to more easily identify them so that we can prevent a lot of this.
Okay. Katie, would you say that it's something that cuts across all cultures, all groups, teens of whatever group? Or do you think there might be certain teens who might be most at risk?
I think it does cut across, you know, any school. Absolutely, I agree with that. I think that what you have to look at is if there is a teenager that has a genetic component of a clinical depression, that's going to look different than a teenager that is having a bad day, is having general problems with friends. So what I'm trying to point out is that it's really important. I guess what I wanted to jump in about the internet, I'm going to go back to the internet just for a second because it's all connected, is that it's really important for parents to really watch their teen and know their teen and their children and really be connected into what they're doing and seeing on the internet and just talking to them.
Well, you know, it's very interesting when young people get to the stage of teenagers, they don't want their parents involved very
Exactly.
much.
Right.
And so at a time when you
right.
say they should become more involved in what their teenagers or what their children are doing, the teens are...
It's tricky.
You know, actually
It's a delicate balance.
what I usually say to parent groups when I've gone to talk about this is it's not so much getting involved at that time, it's about being involved from the beginning.
There you go.
Because if you're not, it's really hard to get involved when stuff starts to go sideways. You have to, it's so important, and when we look at the issue of teen suicide, especially at a moment in time like this when there's a lot of attention being given to it again, it's important to remember that if we don't set the foundation of good communication with our kids when they're younger, there's no basis to come back to, there's no safe zone to come back to when any kind of a crisis is happening, especially a suicidal crisis. So, you know, that's one of the places where stressing the importance of family time and relationship building with your children all across all their developmental stages is really critical, because when they get into more independent lifestyles, it's the way that you're going to stay connected to them and have a way of making a safe place for them to come back to if they need help.
The assumption in what you're saying seems to be that what you do can make a difference. And there are others who would say, well, if somebody's bent on killing themselves, they're going to find a way to do it regardless of the foundation, whatever foundation that you set for them.
But you're more likely to be aware that someone's heading in that direction at a sooner point in time than after it happens. If you've got that kind of a relationship, you're going to notice the differences.